Say your prayers! You're through! Cut your losses while you can.
Alright, so we saw these guys previewed in V-Jump about a week and a half ago or so, 2 weeks ago. Now we're finally getting them, the previews here, the previews in the news as well. I did wait until we got the typing this time. Usually I just put these videos out immediately, but now I'm waiting just because I think this one is particularly of interest to the typing here. But Super Saiyan Goku is coming. Super Saiyan Goku brings the first Strike Arts card that restores health. Now before we even go any further, I saw some people were confused by what this means. So people were like, oh, Kid Buu already does this, or Red Bardock already does this. And what this means is that it doesn't mean he just restores health by using a strike card. It means he holds a strike card, like, you know how units hold 2 cards each? This guy holds a strike card, and on the strike card, one of the effects is that it restores health. So other units are going to be able to make use of that as well. So let's say you have Vegeta Blue on your team, you're running a Saiyan team, you put Vegeta Blue on your team with this Goku. Vegeta Blue is going to have access to a strike card that heals. Using regular Strike Arts cards also buffs special move damage, so throw out some strikes and finish it with a destructive Dragon Fist. Apparently every single special move that Goku has that involves a punch is a Dragon Fist. He also deals more damage versus regen, so nothing really too new here. We pretty much knew all of this from V-Jump, besides the fact that he holds a health restoration strike card. I think the animations are actually pretty cool in this guy. I saw a lot of people were like very underwhelmed by the animations and like specifically the special move. They're like, "Oh, it's just Blue movie Vegeta's special move," but it's like this is literally what he does in the movie. Like I don't know what you want. Like this is what he does in the Metal Cooler movie. Pretty much frame for frame exactly how it was. So I do like the little effect of him losing the gi. I guess it's when he gets to half health or something, because he gets punched in the beginning here, like right here, but he doesn't get the gi the gi doesn't get ripped right there. So maybe it's only after receiving a special move or something. I don't know, because Cooler does a special move and then his gi gets ripped. But pretty cool. Not really too much info on this guy yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at Turles right here.
I'll show you what it really means to be a Saiyan. Prepare yourself. Die. This is where you die. No escape. Victory is mine. Die. You fool. You think you can take me?
Alright, so that's Turles, and what's interesting about Turles is I actually really do like his ultimate animation, like a lot. It's honestly one of the best looking ultimates in the game, I think. Takes a bite of the fruit, does like the punch, knocks him against the wall, does this, and then does like the backwards multiple energy blast things. But that's pretty much exactly what happened in the movie, so I like that a lot. So Turles is coming. His special arts buffs his arts card draw speed and extends the enemy's substitution count on hit. He also gains a permanent 70% damage inflicted and minus 20% damage received, and plus 70% ki recovery when activating his ultimate arts to crush his foes. So first, let's take a look at this first part. So buffs his arts card draw speed, and it looks like this is going to be a projectile green card. I don't know. This one that we saw, that has to be the special move. Yeah, this is definitely a special move. Yeah, it's the sound of a special move. So it sounds like his green card's also going to be like a projectile that has to hit the enemy. And then once it does, it extends their substitution count on hit. Now, this does not seem like it's going to work like the red Trunks' green card, where it's going to lock them in for a certain number of time. I think it's going to just be like the green future Gohan's green card, but it's not going to force them out. Basically, you land a green card, and it's going to extend their sub count so that if they do switch out, they're going to have a longer sub count. That's how I'm interpreting this. In this bottom part here, it sounds like most of his kit is going to be based around just getting the ultimate off as soon as possible. Obviously, it has to do with the fruit of the tree of might, right? The whole point is he eats this and he gets more powerful. So I think more so than saving this to be used as like a finishing attack, you want to just use this as soon as possible. Even if it misses, like, just use it. And then next time he comes in, or you switch him out next time he comes in, like, he'll be ready to go with 70% damage inflicted, and then a decent amount of cut, and then 70% cure recovery. That's like, just this alone is already really powerful. Just knowing that this is what he's doing. Like, this is not a unique ability. This is literally the effect of his ultimate, I think, unless it's built into his unique somehow. But that's pretty much all we know about Turles and Goku. In the news of the game itself, we do have information on the typing, so let's go ahead and check that out right here. So here we go. Legends Rising the Crusher. So here we go. Goku is green and Turles is yellow. What's interesting about this is we do not have a new EX unit. I was expecting maybe like an EX metal cooler or something like that. Unfortunately, we don't have a new EX, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why, because the past two Legends Rising banners have been the Kaioken banner with Pikkon that gave us EX Kid Goku, and then we just had the Blue Goku and Vegeta banner, which gave us EX Hit. So it was a little bit weird that they didn't give us a new one here, but oh well. Not like anybody was going to pull them anyway. So I was expecting to get a green and a red, and I was expecting Turles to probably be green and Goku to probably be red, but we did get green on Goku and yellow on Turles. So the reason why I think this is significant is, let's go over and jump to DBZ space real quick. Let's jump back to the second monitor, and we can go over and take a look at Sagas from the movies here. Now, Sagas from the movies, I feel like, is a team that obviously once was very, very powerful, and it's, you know, fallen off a lot since it's been, you know, in the top ranks of the game. You take a look at what colors they really are lacking in, and I think the biggest one that just jumps out at me, at least, is green. Green, I mean, this guy is okay. Gogeta is okay on this team, but there's no green unit where you can reliably just throw them in the team and you're like, okay, I'm comfortable using this guy in every possible scenario. So hopefully this Goku, who's going to be green, can bring, I guess, a good wide variety of things that he's going to be doing. He's obviously a melee type. He looks like he has blast armor and a special move. He looks like he works very similarly to the blue transforming movie Vegeta, but I assume his kit is going to be slightly different. So hopefully he can bring some good things to the table for this team while being like the best green on this team, I think. And then yellow. Well, before we even get to the yellow, I think the next color that probably needed a buff the most is red. But if you take a look at like the red units on here, like Janemba was the most recent, and then Tapion honestly is not that old. So these guys are, I guess, quote-unquote, relatively recent units. That's why they didn't want to make another red for movies right now. But I mean, Tapion is never used. Janemba is a good unit, but he's not like, you know, he's not somebody you can, again, throw. It's basically the same thing with Gogeta, right? You can't just throw him into the match and be like, okay, yeah, Janemba is going to just annihilate, right? He's good, he's solid, but he's not a mainstay on this team, I don't think. So I really do think this team, even though red obviously is not the, I guess, most premium color right now due to the meta, I feel like this team would have benefited more in the long run from a new red unit. But yellow is lacking. I mean, this guy is not usable. This guy's obviously not usable. This guy's not usable. So the only usable yellow is Gohan, unless you want to throw on Bardock, which is definitely, you know, feasible. The only thing with Bardock is that he's not buffing the tag directly with the Z ability. Gohan obviously is still really good to this day. He's definitely fallen off a little bit since his heyday, but that's just to be expected. I mean, at this point, how many months old is he? He's like 10, approaching 10 months old, 9 months old. So I guess Turles is going to be the new big yellow unit that's going to fill in a lot of gaps here. Gohan's kit, I mean, it's going to be hard to replace that. I mean, well, a guaranteed 10-second lock, his green card basically allows him to guaranteed start a combo in a lot of scenarios if you get a vanish off. I mean, there was a reason people hated playing against this guy, and even to this day, if you're playing against a skilled player who knows what they're doing with this Gohan, things can get out of hand, like, very quickly. He's very tanky, does a lot of damage. He destroys Dragon Ball, so even utility-wise, he has a lot going for him. So Turles has a lot of ground to cover, some big shoes to fill if he wants to replace this Gohan as the main yellow. But I assume, I mean, based off of what we're seeing, like with this just ridiculous, you know, phrase here, the sentence, it's definitely possible that he can do that. So that's movies. Next we have Sun Family. Now obviously this is only going to pertain to the Goku. The Goku is going to be green, who, I mean, the reason why I thought he wasn't going to be green is because we literally just got 2 green Gokus in this guy and this guy. And we did technically get a red one too in this guy, but I mean, we just got 2 greens as opposed to 1 red. I feel like giving Goku the red would have been not the worst thing ever, but oh, here we are with the 3rd green Goku in like a month and a half. I don't know. This guy I think is still, even though I said I think he's underrated before, I think still he's very underrated. So in order for this new Goku to replace this guy on the Sun Family team, he's going to have to be doing a lot. But I think even I have Saiyans pulled up as well, but I think even more than focusing on like a Saiyan team or a Sun Family team, this team needs help more. So I would like to see them focus more so on these 2 units just solely being beneficial to the Movies team, because the Movies team has fallen off a lot. Like, you never see this team being run anymore. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this guy has never been back on a banner once, which I expect him to be back on this banner. I wholeheartedly think they will be returning for the first time ever on this Legends Rising banner. Otherwise, I have no idea what they're doing. So, Saiyans, I mean, Turles and Goku are both going to be on here. I'm not a huge fan of the Saiyan team right now. I feel like the Saiyan team is mostly just the Goku team. Like, a lot of these good units are just Gokus that are buffing Sun Family. So the Sun Family team really is overlapping with the Saiyan team, and I feel like the predominant Saiyan team is just, you know, the best Sun Family team. Unless you want to throw on some of these big dogs down here, like Vegeta Blue, you got this purple Vegeta, Kefla. Like, a lot of them don't really mesh together in terms of Z ability. So, kind of is hard to buff, you know, up just a pure Saiyan team. Like, Bardock is good, but him being red is not really the best thing ever. So, I don't know. I'm fairly excited just because I like the way that these units are animated. Their animations are good. I mean, this looks pretty promising to me. Goku being green can be pretty decent against Vegeta Blue. So just, you know, typing wise, inherently he's going to have the advantage over him. Turles is not red, so he's going to be at least neutral versus him. So that's pretty much what we have going on here. You guys can let me know down below what you think about this information. I'll be summoning tomorrow night, as well as doing my breakdown video, so keep an eye out for that. Summoning stream will happen as well. I'm going to continue doing those. People seem to enjoy those, so I do as well. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.